Superhero movies need to take a break, especially Spider-Man. I'm picking on Spider-Man today. Sorry, dude. But yes, I feel like superhero movies just need a break overall. It's not that I dislike superhero movies. I do like them, but I feel like there's just too many. There's too many cinematic universes too. I feel like the need to have a cinematic universe is kind of fucking up the interest in superhero movies because it kind of forces you to see all the superhero movies that are in a overarching story. Cinematic universes are like a double-edged sword, where on one hand you can tell a large story over the course of 10 years that could pay off, but on the other hand, for the viewer, it gets very exhausting. Like, I'm not a big fan of the MCU. Some of the movies are good, some of them are bad, some of them are bad, some of them are just okay. Me personally, I'd rather not watch them all. I did binge a bunch of them a few years ago, but I'm not like super interested in them. I feel like I much prefer DC over Marvel. And when I watched the MCU, I felt like there are times I saw certain movies that I just felt like I could just ignored, like Captain Marvel or Thor: Dark World. Pretty much all the Thor movies. I don't like Thor as a character. I don't know if that's like a controversial opinion, but I don't like Thor. He's just like a cheaper Iron Man to me, and Iron Man's already a cheap knockoff of Batman. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. But I feel like the need to have a cinematic universe has kind of spoiled the fun of movies to me. I think of like Christopher Reeve's Superman, because his character is just confined to those specific set of movies. There's no Batman movie, there's no Wonder Woman or Flash or whatever else that you need to follow to understand his character. You just had to watch Superman 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 if you're willing to put yourself through that garbage like I did. Same goes with like Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. You only had to watch the 2 movies to understand what was going on there. You didn't have to watch all this other stuff to go into his character, although I think they tried to build a universe off that, but I guess it didn't work out. Thank God for that. But I feel like also, with how movies are now, I feel like people want more original stories, and I think superhero movies, maybe this is a controversial take, but they're not very original, and they're not really unique. I mean, you can write so many different stories for so many different superheroes, but eventually they're all going to end up sounding the same. I think of like a Western, right? There's the whole Western genre, or any genre really. They all have their cliches, and there's a certain point where it becomes so cliche that it just becomes boring, and you can just predict how all the movies are going to go. I'm rewatching Homecoming right now, Spider-Man Homecoming, and I feel like, maybe it's because I'm rewatching it, but I feel like I can predict how the story's going to go, if that makes sense. Like I could tell from where the cliches are from beginning to end, and I'm just not that into it. I don't know how else to explain it, but it just feels cliched. Maybe it's because it's like the beginning of the hero's journey that we've seen over and over again, but it just doesn't work for me. I guess I shouldn't say that. It's the beginning of the hero's journey, since we don't even really see the beginning of the MCU Spider-Man's beginning, I guess. But you get what I'm saying, right? It's not so much that I dislike superhero movies, so much as I feel like they just need a break. Like, I feel like if we just took 10 years off, of the superhero movies and focus on other stuff before we came back to it, I feel like we would still love superhero movies like we did about during the 2010s. Maybe what the superhero genre needs is like a break to just like figure itself out and just not overextend itself and have time to like focus on writing new original stories before going out there again and trying to captivate audiences. I feel like that's what's needed to make superhero movies great again. Not that they aren't good now. I mean, Superman's still one of the best, and so is the Batman. But those are exceptions to the rule. But yeah, that's basically how I feel about it. So yeah, whatever you think, like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that bullshit. Do it. See ya.